As a first-time home buyer, how do you know which defects are serious and which defects should make you consider walking away from the deal? It's very difficult to know if you've never owned a property before. There are 4 defects which are expensive to repair. The first one is damp. In my opinion, the biggest problem in South African houses today. Cracks. Did you know that there are 15 different types of cracks? And not all of them are expensive to repair, and not all of them are serious. The roof. If you have roofing problems, it can cost you a lot of money to repair. And lastly, the one that most people forget, stormwater. When you have a full property inspection done before you buy a house, I will detail all the defects for you. I will tell you which are serious and which are going to cost you a lot of money to repair. And then you can either use the property inspection report to negotiate a better price, or you can walk away from the sale if you made the offer subject to a property inspection report. My name is Marisha Robus. I'm the owner of Gauteng Property Inspections. I'm an ABISA certified master inspector as well as an ITC certified roof inspector. I have more than 12 years construction experience and 8 years inspection experience, and I will be able to tell you exactly which defects are serious and which ones are just cosmetic. Damp is the biggest problem in South African houses, in my opinion. And it is something that really makes me cross because it is due to a construction error by incompetent builders who do not know how to build, and they do not build according to national building regulations and NHBRC guidelines. When the paint has peeled on a wall like this and the plaster is starting to debond, please know that it is going to cost you a lot of money to repair. I'm sure that in your search for a new house, you have seen numerous houses that look like this. Damp travels up the plaster to about a height of 1 meter, and then because of gravity, it doesn't go any further. When I take a damp meter reading and the reading is 33%, I know that my client is in for a very expensive repair bill. My damp meter switches off at 34%. Now, what makes damp so expensive to repair is the fact that you have to remove the plaster. You then have to treat the bricks with a waterproofing agent, and then you plaster the walls again with a waterproofing agent mixed in, and then you have to paint the entire outside of the house. This is really expensive. There are 15 different types of cracks, and not all of them are serious or expensive to repair. But if the entire outside of the house looks like this, and it is full of these mapping cracks, then know that it's going to be expensive to repair because you have to remove all the loose paint, and in some cases, the plaster would have started to debond already. This is not dried mud. This is actually crazing cracks. And in this case, you have to remove the plaster. These cracks formed because an incompetent builder did not create movement joints at the roof slab. And then the homeowner left the cracks for too long and they turned black because of water ingress. Now it's going to be expensive to repair. This is a structural crack. It is very serious and you have to underpin the foundations. Do not let anybody tell you that this crack is not serious. Another pretty structural crack, but this one has also got a rotten roof sprocket, which is the end of the roof truss. These two combined are very expensive to repair. This is why it's important that you must climb on top of a roof. This roof was totally covered with leaves and debris, and the sheets underneath them were totally rusted through. This is a big bill to now have to replace the sheets. Do you climb into the roof and look at the roof trusses when you want to buy a house? I do. And if I see something like this, I know it is a big repair bill coming for my client. But most of all, it is very dangerous. That piece of timber that is pulled out of the nail plate is called a king post, and it is the main piece of timber on a roof truss. This is very, very serious and very dangerous. This poor sprocket has not been treated in the last 10 years. It now has to be replaced. If only the seller did maintenance, this would have not happened. Just to give you an idea, if you treat the sprockets and branding, which is the exposed roof timber on a house, on a normal 3-bedroom house, it will cost you in the region of 4,500 to 5,500 rand. To replace only 40% of rotten sprockets, such as this one, will cost you in the region of 60,000 rand. Please have a look at the roof when you view a property. Flat roofs are only a problem if the waterproofing is not maintained, and weeds and trees must not be allowed to grow on flat roofs. If the waterproofing is maintained, it is not an issue, but in this case, the waterproofing has to be replaced at much higher cost. Most people only consider stormwater when their property has flooded. Make sure that there are enough weep holes to allow the stormwater to drain away freely. Paving is supposed to slope away from the house, but this was done by an incompetent builder, and the paving sloped towards the house, and every time there was a severe storm, the house got flooded. Look out for things like this. I believe that you will benefit from my knowledge and experience, and I will point out the defects that are serious to you and that could cost you a lot of money. And it will make your life easier to make a decision whether you want to go ahead and buy the property or whether you want to cancel the sale. Book your inspection today at gautenginspect.co.za. Thank you.